What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic again. Y'all know what it is. Don't forget to check the description, check the links. As far as following me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I've been working on all three of those platforms plus YouTube. So we grinding, we working. I do a whole nother channel, man. I do all of this shit, man, with a full-time job. So I stay grinding, I stay working. I got a system that works for me, and it makes life easier. But shout out to the sister Ashley Corner. I want y'all to go subscribe there. Trap House Boxing. Moni Brown TV. I want you to go subscribe to Colosso Boxing Talk as well. Trap House of Colosso, thanks to you guys. They close to 1,000 subscribers. So you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Tell them to go subscribe and get some of that real trill boxing talk right there. But I saw an interview with Danny Jacobs, and obviously the reason I'm doing a lot of Danny Jacobs videos, this week is obviously he fights Slutsky, and I like that fight. I seen the press conference today. I don't think it was worth me doing the video, no disrespect, but I like the fight. I'm one of the few guys out here that like the Jarrell Big Baby Miller versus Johan Dunhap's fight, and I like the Danny Jacobs versus Slutsky fight. And also, man, I'm doing a prediction video tonight before I go to bed. Be watching the draft. I'm gonna do some draft coverage on here as well tonight. Isaac Dogbo, I think that's how you pronounce that man's name. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Dude from Africa taking on Jesse Magladone. I like Jesse. I'm learning to like Isaac. I've been watching some footage, but the trash talk has been so epic that I have to squeeze that fight in. That might be the fight of the weekend. So look for that breakdown and prediction. I'm gonna do it, traditional. Won't be no half stepping. As long as I can find footage on Isaac Dogbo, it's gonna be all trill. It's gonna be a real good one. But I seen an interview with Danny today saying that what's the difference between having HBO and Eddie Hearn behind him in Matchroom USA? He's saying basically they promote them, they pushing them. They having, like, if you go to New York, I've been out there last week, they got Danny posters everywhere through Manhattan and through everywhere. He's being promoted and being pushed as a star. And he says the push that he's getting is, in the money because he's touching M's, like he told Charlo. Not worried about you, I'm touching M's, baby. I'm touching M's, baby. You know what I'm saying? He says the difference between, just being, with Al Heyman, and he's still with Al, but being with another promoter, is that with HBO, they really trying to push him to be the next star. And, he pointed to the poster. Obviously, I'm going to link this interview in the description so it's trill as well. If I forget, just let me know in the comment. I'll put the interview in the description. I'm very, very big on sources for anybody new for the channel. If it's not a rumor, I always attach a source to it for the most part. But, yeah, he pointing to this exact poster saying, yeah, that's the difference, man. You see him fighting, Szynski, and Szynski ain't even on the motherfucking picture. Nor is Miller, nor is Dunhaps. And Miller is from fucking New York, Brooklyn as well. It's just him. So they really promoting him as that guy, and they really giving him first class treatment. And that's basically what he said. But the difference is between that and what he not seeing in the bigger picture, what he didn't elaborate on in that interview, is this. This is the big picture right here, family. All right. The big picture is this. Okay, they could promote you versus Zaleski and Luis Arias and versus, whoever the fuck they want to promote you with. But guess what? You ain't going to blow up and really reach the heights that you want to reach unless you have those big fights. Unless you have those 50-50 top fights, it ain't going to happen. He about to be, after Saturday, he going to be 2 fights deep in his HBO contract with 4 more to go. And he still hasn't sniffed Golovkin or Canelo fight. And obviously he can't fight Sergey Shevchenko because they share the same trainer. Shout out to Andre Rozier. I think he's an underrated trainer. So, at the end of the day, it's Andre, which he said that he had a relationship with Andre Rozier. I think he trained with him. I don't want to fight Danny. It's like fighting family, So, at the end of the day, you say Billy Joe Saunders, but guess what? Billy Joe Saunders with Frank Warren, and Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn don't do business. We all know that. That shit worse than Al Heyman and Bob. At least Al and Bob, they do business every now and again. And that only leaves Jamal Charlo. So Jamal Charlo is going to be the reason why he's able to create that demand that Peter Nelson told him that is going to be the reason he's going to be able to create that demand. That demand that he wants is basically, like Peter Nelson said, you got to be able to have big fights, have exciting fights, and fights that people are engaged in for me to even consider putting you in there with Canelo and Triple G. And Peter Nelson is the head of HBO Sports, so he's the one that kind of can push and sway and make fights happen and get the money for these fights. So Danny Jacobs going to have to fight bigger fights than what he beaten, fighting. Suzuki, Arias, and Peter Quillen and shit like that. That ain't going to cut it for him to be the star that he wants to be. Now, if he fights those big fights and win a fight versus Charlo or Billy Joe Saunders, Triple G, and Canelo, then with the push on HBO, he's going to blow up. But y'all know what it is. TBC and more, we out.